Hey, and welcome to The Solid Verbal. Now would be a perfect time to consider subscribing. Yeah, that little subscribe button for year-round premium college football content. That's it. Here's the video. Enjoy. Subscribe.
Let's talk about West Virginia.
Man.
So, Neal Brown sputtering a bit in Morgantown. We were really high on the hire. You were really high on this hire, weren't you? You
Correct.
loved Neal Brown.
Yeah.
You were all in.
Mm-hmm.
All in on Neal Brown. Neal Brown, at least to date, has not worked out. Last season, West Virginia went 4-5 in conference, 6-7 overall. They went to a bowl game against Minnesota. That bowl game, if you watch the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, hopefully your eyes have healed in the meantime. It was an 18-6 game. That game made baby Jesus cry. It was horrible. It was a horrible football game to watch. Now, we're on the flip side of that. There's been some turnover with West Virginia. They've got a new quarterback who comes up from Georgia via USC or USC via Georgia. I don't know how this works.
Via Mater Dei, yeah.
You do get the impression that Neal Brown is on some level fighting for his right to stay the head football coach at West Virginia. And on top of it, it is not an easy schedule. Not by any stretch. Start off the year on the road at Pitt. Quote unquote. On the road at Pitt, backyard brawl, big rivalry game. They close out September on the road at Virginia Tech. Not an easy place to play. Not a great distance
We
away
don't know if
from
Virginia Tech is good, though. But
we don't know what they are, but still not an easy place to play. The
Right.
week after that Virginia Tech game, on the road at Texas, before a bye, and then Baylor at home. Then Texas Tech, my darling. You know I like Texas Tech this year.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It just kind of keeps coming at them. They don't have much in the way of a good chance on this schedule to really settle down and catch their breath. So odd pairings, I think, are abound here as we talk about West Virginia. Where do you stand on the Mountaineers?
How many, and maybe this is just a completely insane question, but how often do we see Power 5 programs with two true road games at other Power 5 programs in the non-conference? So you'll have, Florida and Florida State play each other every year, and Clemson and South Carolina play each other every year. So there is that locked-in rivalry situation, and now, of course, we have hopefully a more locked-in rivalry situation with Pitt and West Virginia moving forward. But it doesn't happen, it seems, all that often. And
No, they try to avoid it as best they can.
I would imagine so. So, yeah, that's different. That's new. I don't know, man. The thing is with West Virginia is the odd thing is Neal Brown comes in as an offensive guy, and they've had a largely good defense. They've taken a couple lumps, but they might have the single best defensive player in the conference in Dante Stills up front. They get results from a good portion of this defense pretty often. I'm saying they have a giant glaring issue, and they've had that giant glaring issue where they haven't been able to find a quarterback. Jarrett Doege did not work out. The receivers dropped too many passes. The offensive line didn't protect Doege at all. And so you enter in a quarterback who has had issues staying on the field and has maybe just been unlucky. That's entirely possible with JT Daniels. The best of JT Daniels we think is pretty incredible. So new offensive coordinator in Graham Harrell, familiar with JT Daniels, talented but flawed receivers, inconsistent offensive line. I'm just sort of worried.
Yeah.
I think West Virginia might be one of those programs that puts it together for 2.5 weeks and just beats Oklahoma State. I know they were destroyed by the Pokes last year. Beats Texas, something that is unforeseen for a couple weeks and gets West Virginia fans kind of riled up in a good way, and then just disappears and loses to Kansas. Disappears and loses to Texas Tech in a stupid way. So that's the concern to me with West Virginia, that offensively they just haven't built up quality depth kind of anywhere. They weren't able to run the ball at all last year, and they're going to waste another good, interesting defense. That's the worry to me, that in that combination of quarterback and defense, not a lot of people have that defense. And is JT Daniels going to stay upright? Are the offensive skill guys around him going to consistently make plays? JT Daniels has grown accustomed to a certain lifestyle in terms of surrounding talent. I don't know that he's going to immediately click with these guys. I'm worried about West Virginia. I just am.
Dan, I'd like to make a proposal.
Oh.
Sorry to butt in.
No, sorry. Is this a phone call coming in?
You know we like nicknames on this show.
That's true.
I have a proposal for JT Daniels.
Oh, no.
He's playing in West Virginia. His birth name, I'm looking at his Wikipedia page, is Jonathan Tyler Daniels. Just goes by JT, which is a cooler spin on it. But he's playing in West Virginia now. There's obviously this quality of you being a little bit worried. I think of West Virginia fans not knowing if it's going to work out. Generally speaking, of an offense that has sputtered and frankly is not fun to watch, makes us all worry, just as college football fans wanting to see more offense.
I'm also worried about you threatening a nickname with your nickname.
Also worrying
past.
about me threatening a nickname.
Yeah.
I'm proposing a very simple change that I think works for this odd pairing.
Okay.
For this season and this season only, can we just go with Jack Daniels?
With Jonathan? I mean, I know you can nickname Jonathan Jack.
Jack Daniels because of the liquor
I
tie-in.
get you.
You know what this means. We're in West Virginia. There's a reason to drink. It's West Virginia, obviously.
Well, you're drinking Shine in West Virginia. Jack Daniels is Tennessee whiskey, but
That's close enough. Close enough.
Okay, sure.
Jack Daniels. No?
It's pretty good. It's confusing.
They're all confusing. Duke of Hazzard was confusing.
I know.
I'm doing this for every preview. I'm going to have 10 nicknames.
No.
Jack Daniels is my proposal here.
You said Jonathan Thomas?
Jonathan Tyler.
So we could do JTD, like JTT. That's not that good.
JTD.
Jack Daniels.
We did TVD for Tyler Van Dyke at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jack Daniels. You know, people can tell me I'm wrong, but Jack Daniels, it's an intelligent nickname for intelligent people, and I'm not going to dumb it down for some mass audience.
What about, this is your neck of the woods, James Dolan. Doesn't he have a band? Isn't it like is it JD and the Sure Shots or something? What's the name of James Dolan's ridiculous band?
James
that people
Dolan.
go to shows and taunt him and
JD and the Straight Shot?
JD and the Straight Shot. Is there something there?
I mean, we need to see what he could do in this offense first.
That's my counter, yeah.
That's not bad.
Okay.
Why did you think of James Dolan's band? Oh, my gosh.
Because there was something with JT and the Sure Shot, and I thought JD, who's the JD? And then I remembered James Dolan. I love the idea of a sports owner having a passion project band and getting heckled at his or her terrible shows. It's a wonderful turn of events I'm almost positive, by the way, maybe I'm wrong. Does James Dolan play the harmonica in this band? Or is he like a full lead man with a guitar?
I'm not familiar with JD and the Straight Shot.
There's something off, and I love it. So I don't know. Maybe this is JD and the something shot. I don't know.
Country blues and roots rock vanity project.
Of course. So maybe West Virginia is JT Daniels' vanity project. JD and the Sure Shot. I don't know. Man, it worries me, but like I'm going to be entertained by West Virginia. I feel as if I will be. Maybe ear fans won't be, but I'm going to be entertained.
5.5. 5.5 is the Vegas over-under for West Virginia. So they share similar concerns, Dan.
Yeah, they could be a bowl team. I think they could win 6 or 7 with things breaking correctly and having like a cartoonish number of takeaways, like the turnover margin bounces in the right direction. Sure.